It's out of the blue, but here's some questions for you. Question 1. When I think somewhere in Japan with many temples, Kyoto comes to mind, doesn't it? So after Kyoto, which city is said to have the second largest number of temples? Question 2. The city in Japan with the largest population is Tokyo, right? But do you know the city with the biggest increases in population? A place where many people wanna live. Answers are in the video. Yeah. Hello everyone. You must be wondering about the answer to the quiz. So the topic of today's video is working a particular job in a particular city in Japan. By the way, I'm Yokoroma, that city's health promotion mascot. I'm here today to help and will stay with you throughout the whole movie. Be sure to watch until the end. Let me talk about the city. Here we're downtown, and the road's wide, and look at all the tall buildings lining them. Is this a shopping mall? Perhaps it has a quite modern design. It usually hosts a variety of events, live music performances, and the recording of programs for local TV stations. Wow, what a variety of fashionable classes! Leaving the shopping mall behind, if we walk around town for a while, we come to the site of a 17th century castle. Look at these stones walled and the remains from huge buildings. You can really feel the wonder of history here. This park, which is home to countless cherry trees, was built around the ruins of the castle. Every spring, many visitors come to view the cherry blossoms. But this is beautiful. Furthermore, along the main street, there is a temple known for one of the largest Buddha statues in Japan, a 5-story pagoda made entirely of cypress wood, which stands out majestically among the walls of reinforced concrete buildings. This city has a wealth of history, culture, and a full range of urban amenities, all packed in a compact area. Now, let's look at where this city is located. Japan is an island nation made of 4 major islands. The southernmost island is Kyushu, and it is here that we find our city. The sea to the north of the city is Genkai Sea. known for its rough waves. Sandbars cross the area from east to west to block these rough seas, which has provided the city with a natural harbor since long ago. It is also close to the Asian mainland and has developed greatly through exchanges with the continent. Although it is a large city, it is also blessed with a rich natural environment and serves as a migration hub for wildlife. This city also has a very good public transportation system, including subways and local buses. According to a survey by a Japanese Research Institute, it ranks 5th out of 44 world cities. The public transportation system is also very reliable, arriving almost exactly on time. The roads, meanwhile, are well nicely maintained and safe to travel by bicycle. On public holidays, many people can be seen riding their bicycle here and there, going shopping or enjoying touring. The city has a dependable transportation system, including a subway and local buses, keeping the cost of transportation low. It also has an exotic shopping district known as the Little Asian Market. Stores from various Asian countries line the street, providing a place for Japanese and foreigners living in the city to interact with each other. Or they are selling something to eat, Japanese confectionery in cute shapes. Next, let's talk about the city's food culture. The city's characteristics and its food are more deeply related than you might think. First, let's look at Mentego, or spiced pork roll. This is precisely the kind of delicacy produced by interchange between the city and Asian mainland. The word menteko comes from the Korean word myeontae, which means wolf-eye pork. Myeonranju, a Korean dish made from pork roll, has been adapted to suit Japanese taste, and it is this that refers to as menteko. Now, let's try it. Take a look at this mentego, the spiciness of the chili pepper, the umami of the kelp, and the texture of the grains of tongue combine to create harmony on your tongue. I can't stop eating rice. Thank you for the meal. Another thing we can leave out when talking about the city's food culture is Udon Noodle. This is Joten Temple. In the city center, a stone monument has been erected in the said temple's precinct. What is it? It says Udon Soba, Hashio no Chi no Hi. Udon and soba birthplace. Yes, this temple is said to be the birthplace of udon. It is said that the person who founded this temple brought back meal techniques from China. Udon is another part of the food culture resulting from exchanges with the mainland. Udon, a dish produced through interaction with the Asian mainland. The noodles are soft but chewy with just the right amount of firmness. Coated in dashi broth, it has a full-bodied flavor. The next must-try dish is ramen. Ramen has developed in its own unique way in the birthplace of udon culture, and ramen of this city has become a popular menu item throughout Japan. Have a look at gleaming cream-colored pork bone broth and ultra-thin noodles. The city's ramen has three particular characteristics. The first is thin noodles, and second is choosing how firm the noodles are, and the third is kaidame, which allows you to get another helping of just the noodles. As mentioned earlier, the city grew up around a good natural harbor, and many people worked in the market at that time. Work at the market was hectic, and those involved had little time to spare. As such, they had to finish their meals quickly. That's why thin noodles that can be boiled in a short time came into use for those busy market workers. Because the thin noodles are prone to getting soggy, a unique culture developed to compensate for this, allowing customers to choose how firm they want their noodles. Since they are thin noodles, large serving of them will get soggy before you finish eating. This is where the culture of kaidama or noodle refuse was born. The city also offers a wide range of support for everyday life. For example, these easy-to-understand pamphlets available for free explain rules for daily activities. The topic of today's video is working in a particular job in a particular city in Japan. That is for the introduction to the city. Now let's talk about the job.
私これ初めて見ました。
私も今日初めて見ました。びっくりしました。すごいね。撮れました。写真撮りたいですけど。この方が。
Oh, I heard some happy laughter. It's so good to see smiling faces, isn't it? They are sparkling. As it happens, they are needed for work in the city, far away from their home countries, and they are thriving in their work at this particular job. First, let's hear what these women have to say.
皆さんの笑顔は嬉しいです。
生で帰ったら、日本で学んだことをね、生かしたいです。そして日本で働いて家族も支えたいからです。
頑張れば頑張るほどやりがいがある仕事だと思うからこの仕事を選びました。
うどんは海鹿の島の海も行きました。とても楽しかったです。
How did you find the interview? Now let's take a look at what these women are doing at work. Oh, their workplace is a big building, isn't it? It seems that this job involves working with the elderly. So let's take a look at how these women work, shall we? 1. The woman on the right. Her work involves feeding people, it seems. 2. Next is woman on the left. Is that a job where you chat while making hand towels? 3. Let's see. Now it's holding hands and working together. 4. Oh, playing with balloon together. Is this work? No! Actually, it's not just 1. Feeding people. 2. Making and towels and chattings. 3. Holding hands and walking with the people. 4. Or playing with balloons. They attend to elderly people who need support and help them to live as fully as possible using their own initiative and capabilities. It doesn't really look like that, you think? But it does. We'll go over it again. 1. First, look at the tableware. This tableware is designed to be easy to hold even for those with limited hand strength. Now look at the person on the right. This is not just feeding the elderly, but carefully observing them as they eat and finding out what they can do on their own. You see, after feeding them for a while and then encouraging them to eat for themselves, the elderly person ends up eating on their own initiative. Then by saying eat slowly or how about something, they check on the person until the food is swallowed. Care needs to be taken with the timing, because if you ask something when they're in the middle of swallowing, leading to the risk of choking. On the other hand, by talking to them to respond, you can make sure that there is no food in their mouths. Meals are not just an act of taking nourishment. The pleasure of eating is also important. In order to have a satisfying meal, it is important for the residents to eat while holding the chopsticks and the bowl in their own hands. Also, if they become accustomed to being fed when they can eat on their own, they will forget how to do it. As such, the caregivers help residents eat safely while making the most of what they can do for themselves. 2. Elderly people, if they have everything done for them, they gradually become unable to do things for themselves. The residents are given help in folding the hand towels based on an approach of having people do what they can do for themselves. When they are relied on to do something by someone else, they develop a sense of playing a role, which is very helpful in keeping them able to lead their lives on their own initiative. 3. Take a look. The elderly resident seems to be using their own strengths. By standing in the place where they look likely to fall, residents can be helped to walk through their own efforts. In this way, the caregivers try to work out how to support each individual by assessing their physical condition and extent of their activity. For those of us who don't need long-term care, it is natural for us to be able to move and reposition ourselves. However, in order to maintain this desire to stand or work for themselves, it is also important for those who need help to do what they can without depending on others for everything. 4. It might look like simple play, but this balloon activity is actually beneficial for the elderly in all sorts of ways. The first is that it provides exercise for the upper body. Second, it helps maintain good posture because it naturally straightens the spine. Third, by tracking the balloons with their eyes, they can train their dynamic vision and spatial perception skills. Fourth, it can be done while sitting in a chair. The fifth and final benefit is that light, slow-moving balloons can be easily hit back, reducing the risk of injury and falls. Balloon volleyball is a fun and safe way to maintain and improve residents' ability to live using their own strengths and initiative. This job is to support the elderly. So far, we have looked at scenes from a particular job in a particular city. Some of you may have realized already, but now, drum roll please. I will finally announce what that job and that city are. Here they are. The city is FUKUOKA. Fukuoka City is said to be second only to Kyoto in terms of its number of temples, and its population continues to grow even as the population whole is on the decline. The job, meanwhile, is KAIGO, long-term care. Yes, the topic of the video is why not try a rewarding KAIGO job in the vibrant city of Fukuoka.
これ、梅かな。梅の花と。ああ、めっちゃ綺麗。わあ、ここは綺麗。ああ、船見てこっちは綺麗だ。わあ、ここはめっちゃ綺麗ね。すごいね、ここ。博多駅はここは綺麗ね。これ博多市広いし大きいし。
Once again, please watch a video as we speak with two people who work as caregivers in Fukuoka City, Japan, about Fukuoka City and long-term care work.
こんにちは。自分で食べないことを私たちから食べさせたら、食べれるようになった。それを見たら、この仕事はね、いい仕事かな。
トイレとか私させることを、ありがとうと言われました。でも私はそれは私の仕事で、ありがとうとかごめんなさいとかこの言葉は言わない方がいいですね。でも毎日、少しことでもありがとうと言われました。それは感謝しています。
タンブラーさんにタンブラーを食べました。これとか。いや、前はそんなに大きなエビちゃんが食べたことがないんですけど、今日はすごく大きなエビちゃんです。本当に美味しかったです。
大きいお寺に行きます。それは嬉しいことで、私はこのお寺前から行ったことがありませんですけど、それは嬉しいで、大きな市役所も見えました。市役所は初めてで嬉しかったです。
福岡は本当に住みやすいです。他のところに比べたら値段もあまり高くないんです。あと福岡の人たちはみんな優しいから、ここに来て働いてくださいと勧めしたいです。
私には、福岡には、住みやすいで、時給も高いで、それはいいかな。いろんな安いこともありますね。例えばバスとか電車とか地下鉄とかあります。食べ物も安いで、それは住みやすいで、福岡には大きな空港はあります。それは一番いいかな。
福岡は好きですから、福岡に介護の仕事まだしたいんです。
私ずっと介護したいですので、福岡で一番いいところで、私の仕事のところを管理人とかスタッフとか優ししてくれて、それは一番大好きで、福岡の人大好きで。
福岡の吉塚リトルアジアに来たら、いろいろ友達にも会えるし、あといろいろ楽しくこともできますから、働きに行く友達とかもいますので、友達にも福岡に来て仕事にしてくださいとお勧めにしたいんです。
一番は妹を介護を本当にやりたいです。
ありがとうございました。
福岡に待ってます。
ありがとうございました。
How did you find the interview? Finally, we have an important message for you all. We would like all of you to come to Fukuoka City and work in the long-term care business. In Fukuoka City, you will be able to thrive and shine. Let us tell you why. The first reason is that Fukuoka City will give you the knowledge and experience to contribute to your home countries. The principle of a city friendly to all people and a city friendly to people with dementia, demonstrating the city's dedication to the spirit of welfare. The second reason is that long-term care facilities that employ foreign workers routinely develop methods and approaches for working together with people from other countries. The third reason is that the Japanese people living in Fukuoka City also welcome everyone from overseas. And locals also find interaction with foreign residents to be something that gives them a sense of fulfillment in life. The first reason may be obvious after having watched the video. It is that Fukuoka City is an enticing city for everyone. If you choose to live and work in Fukuoka City, it will allow you to spend fulfilling time both at your job and in your private life. So let me say it one more time. Why not try rewarding KAIGO in the vibrant city of Fukuoka?